All right, and welcome back, everybody. I am still Kevin Big Booty Bodie. With me is Blake Dezaninator Zanadine, and we did lose Zaramali. He actually died during the break. Press F on your keyboards to pay respects, please.
Moment of silence.
Thank you.
All right.
But now I've got you alone, Dezaninator, and I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
I mean, trust me, there's very few individuals who get alone time with me.
Yeah.
But as far as we're going, Azir ban being first once again on the side of Indecision. They really don't want to see that Azir pick.
No, maybe not. Interesting that maybe they didn't want to switch to go to the Kog'Maw ban, but we'll see. Now, tell me what you think. The Gnar ban, that makes sense. Poof the Sheep was pretty disgusting on that last game. Now, do you think they go for the Mord ban?
I don't necessarily know if they'll go for the Mord ban or try and pick it themselves. I think they should drop the Ashe ban. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just trying to get a feel if they weren't sure what they should third. Oh, sorry, they weren't sure what they third ban. But I thought Vision and Delicious came out pretty much with a new slate of champions. Well, except for the Gragas.
Yeah.
So it was very well played by them. I thought they adapted to their team comp very well, and they finally showed why Mordekaiser looks so good. But another Vayne ban going out to I'm a Big Tough Guy. I haven't really seen him play much Vayne, but I wonder if that's more just to do with what kind of team comp Vicious and Delicious is looking to run.
Yeah, I'm a Big Tough Guy usually tends to move towards the AD carries with the global ultis. We've seen him with some great Ashe arrows. We've seen him with some great Super Mega Death Rockets from the Jinx, but we'll see. And as we see, the Mordekaiser ban, there it is.
Good call. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
They don't want to play against that again. It was really, once he hit level 6, they got that first dragon. I think it was really over from there.
And that's the problem. Yeah, you cannot enable him to get that early level 6 spike. The first dragon is so important, and he hit 6, they got the 2 kills, and they went straight to drag, picked it up. So it was very well played by them, and maybe they don't want to pick it as just in case it's kind of like that bait, like go ahead, first pick it, we've prepped something against it, so they banned that away. And Vision Delicious keeping straight bans all the way across, and it looks like they might pick up Alistar as their first pick. Just kidding. I'm done. These guys are trolling me.
Don't even acknowledge it anymore.
I'm done. These guys are playing with my heart. Just keep hovering that Draven all day.
And yeah, Vicious and Delicious, sticking with the same mans as last time. The Skarner, the Vayne, the Olaf. I mean, it worked last time. Why change it up? There was nothing really that came out from Indecision last game that was particularly effective that you would need to ban this game.
I really want to see them not play a protected AD carry comp again. I feel like Keltice is good in there. I was just going to say he's a good damage dealer. Put him on an Orianna or a Victor. And the Victor is what I like to see. It's just one of his comfort champions. He picks it up right away, and I think that's good. They need to find the damage on their team and have that 3 threat. That's where I think they found their most success, having the threats in each of the lanes.
Yeah, this Victor has received not as strong as he was a couple patches ago. We've seen him get a couple nerfs, but still up there for top tier in the mid lane.
Yeah, he scales very well still. And his early game did take a bit of a hit, but I think Keltice has played it since then, and he still does very well. It's all about, you can't be as aggressive in the laning phase, I suppose. It's still take a little time to scale. You can't be as aggressive, but if you get those early ganks, you can get yourself going. Once you get that Hex Core, you can still clear waves quite well with your laser. We do see Defreakers taking in the Gragas once again, and the Alistar hover might pick it up, and they do lock it in for more money.
Couple big boys there for that first rotation for Vicious and Delicious.
They like to have that beefy front line, man. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, no puns intended with the cow. I'm sorry, that was terrible. But
too soon.
I'm curious. I imagine they will go here. I was gonna say support. They're hovering the Ashe pick. A Big Tough Guy has played a very good Ashe in the past. It would also be a good takeaway from formerly. Might have to see him play another new AD carry as his Mordekaiser is banned and the Ashe. Very curious what he's going to bring out. Maybe he'll take it with the Jinx and maybe show I'm a Big Tough Guy how it's done.
Yeah, I'm a Big Tough Guy knows what he's doing on the Jinx, but lots of other AD carries available for formerly still. We see Hot Dog McGee looking at the Thresh again. That's a champion. We've seen her play a couple times, maybe not as many times as we've seen her play Nami, but an effective champ, and probably will look to have more of an effect than she did last game on the Janna, as they do lock those picks in. Maybe a bit more comfortable for them this game.
It's really good. They have the Ashe arrow for engage, and I think that's one thing we've touched quite a bit, is if you're running that Ashe, your AD carry has to be confident in landing those arrows. Yeah. You have the long range engage. The stun does last longer for the farther you shoot it, but you also have a more likely chance of missing. We've seen a lot of cross-map ultis come in from I'm a big tough guy, so we know he's reliable. Bakery Boy going on that Orianna, and that's like I was saying in game 1. They have a very similar champion pool. Both Calthites and Bakery Boy prefer first pick Victor, second kind of comfort pick is Orianna. Going into it, he should be quite familiar with that matchup. They pick it up, and the Jinx pick is locked in as well.
There it is, yeah. A very strong ADC still. We'll have to see how Formally plays it, as we've not seen him play it yet in SKL, but very strong into the late game. Will scale very well.
As far as the top laner goes, I'm not sure what we're going to see.
Draven?
Yeah, Draven top lane. Actually, yeah. I actually ran that once in a solo queue game.
I believe it.
I won.
Did you actually?
Yeah,
you played it in ranked?
Yeah, I played it in ranked. I was on my Smurf. It was like during my placement games for my Smurf. But it was doing it. But yeah, they're just totally toying with me. Both these teams know that I'm a huge Draven enthusiast, so they're probably just throwing it in my face. But as far as Mo Money goes, I think they're going to pick that top laner last, so Similodon's not going to get the advantage. And the way Poof the Sheep played is very beneficial for them because he dominated last time that he essentially got counter-picked. And so we're going to have to see the Scion gets picked up. We have seen Similodon play this. It's a very tanky frontliner. The Nocturne as well. I think Nocturne's a great pick. But I do like this team comp so far. It's a lot bigger of a change. Not as much damage in the top lane, but they have a lot of engage. But the good thing on this side of Vicious and Delicious is they have a ton of disengage. You have Alistar, Gragas, Orianna. They're going to be able to keep them off Jinx quite easily, except for that Scion. He's just going to run in there. But, I mean, you can throw the cow in front of him and pop that ulti.
Yeah, so looking for the top laner here from... Oh, the Yasuo hover and the lock-in.
Oh, actually, great comp for this, man.
I like it.
Top lane,
yep.
Yasuo. I'm not too familiar with this matchup. I mean, I've been known to play Yasuo a lot lately, and I'm
in the
garbage.
bot lane.
Okay, he's an amazing AD carry. The legendary Yasuo Lisa in bot lane.
Yeah, you and Silky have been pulling that one out a lot lately.
No one will ever understand how OP that lane is until they learn to play it. The double Targons for sustain, you just go ham. But the top lane Yasuo pick, very common. And actually, the team comp built that very... I'm surprised I didn't even look at that. Poof the Sheep. Never seen him play Yasuo. This is a new pick. But very good team comp to enable him. He should be able to go straight into the static ship into Triforce. That's what a lot of people will do. That's an earlier power... Well, it's very good mid-game. It's the most damage you can do mid-game aside from having that IE, so it'll probably go with the 3. Some top laners do tend to go with an early Blade of the Rune King, but because his team has so many knockups, he won't necessarily need as a lot of attack speed to rely on himself to get those knockups. But Similodon's just going to be a giant brick wall, so I'm very curious how the early laning phase is going to go for Yasuo. He does have that wind wall to block the Ash Arrows, which is going to be beneficial if they go for the long-range engage. So both teams having fairly good team comps. I like it. There's a lot of damage on both sides of the teams. Curious if Weeb's going to go that ham Nocturne build where you build like full AD Nocturne, or if he's going to go tanky like we saw a lot of the other Tefreakers go. He's just gonna, I would like to see the coined metaphor ham build on the Nocturne from Weeblet, but he's mostly a tank player. I think we'll see him go Cinderhulk.
Yeah, definitely going to be a more interesting game, I think. I think definitely will be more competitive. So we're going to take a short break here. We'll be right back.
And welcome back, guys. We are here with Game 2 between Indecision and Vicious and Delicious. In the top lane, we have Similidon playing the Scion. We have Nocturne in the jungle being played by Weeblet. We have Kelthice on the main, bringing up Victor in the mid lane. We have I'm a Big Tough Guy on Ashe as AD carry, and Hot Dog McGee playing Thresh on support.
And for Vicious and Delicious on the red side, in the top lane, we've got Poof the Sheep playing Yasuo, to Freakers in the jungle, back on the Gragas, Bakery Boy living in that mid lane on the Orianna, formerly playing the Jinx, and Mo Money on Alistar. I don't know about you, Desaninator. I'm hyped for this game. We got some pegboard nerds during the break. I'm ready.
You know I love me some pegboard nerds, but yeah, this is going to be a good game. I actually really enjoy both teams' team comps, so it's going to be very interesting. I'm not entirely sold on a ton of the engage by Indecision. It is very good, but they have the Gragas for disengage. They have the wind wall to block the arrow. So as far as 5v5 fights go, there's a lot of engage and disengage respectively on each team. So I think it's going to be who can get the better picks and who finds the fight first, because I don't think running at each other 5v5 is going to be beneficial. I got to give the initial 5v5 to Vicious and Delicious, I think. Just the amount of disengage they have, I think they're going to be able to peel a lot of the engage that Indecision has. But by no means do I think it's going to be clearly one-sided. We have a very close game here. I like both teams' team comps. As we see, they set up the line of scrimmage. Not much action.
Waiting for someone to snap the ball here. If anyone's going to bite, maybe a little dance battle going on the mid lane. But yeah, consensus in Twitch chat as well right now is that it's going to be a closer game. We got word from the coach, Indecision's coach, DXI Edge. He's a lot more happy with their draft this game. So I think we're going to see a closer game. Maybe a bit of a slower game, too, because that Mordekaiser's not there to snowball so quickly.
Yeah, and the top lane is going to be a lot different. I believe we don't have Similidon on that carry. He's playing more of a tank, but we see Poof the Sheep playing more of a carry this role. See how it goes. Formerly just spamming that laugh.
Get up off the ground, Jinx. Come on.
Man, he's got to spam the emote where you do the little, like, you throw your hands up and then you, like, bob. Oh, no, you grab your gun and you just bob your head and you just spam the crap out of that. It's wonderful. But there's a lot of mastery flair that people can be throwing out in this game. There's 4 on the side of Indecision and 3 on the side of, I believe, Vicious and Delicious, but I hope to see some of those come out with those kills. There's nothing more disrespectful than getting a solo kill and just throwing out that level 5 action.
Yeah, there we had a couple. Was it last night we had the BM, a couple BM ones?
Jay Frazier is notorious for that.
Was it on the Anivia or was that Tuesday night? That was Tuesday night.
Was it Tuesday?
Whoever was playing Anivia was throwing out some BM masteries.
I gotta say, he is absolutely notorious for that. But
yeah, well, if you got it, then flaunt it. Am I right?
Exactly, you have to. We do see the double jungle start here by Freakers and Poof the Sheep. Standard, get your top laner to take all the damage, keep your health pots, get you to clear a little faster. He did get 3 buff last game, so Freakers probably, being like, hey, come with me. I'm making sure I get my own buffs this game. Yeah. Not letting Weeblet take all my jungle.
Yeah, and that really didn't end up having much of an effect anyways last game. But we do see Similidon playing the Scion this game. What do you think of the Yasuo-Scion matchup? I mean, really Scion's just a big meat wall up there.
Yeah, I don't actually know how it's going to go. Yeah, we see Yasuo putting down a lot of damage. He can just kick minions at Yasuo, but he's very mobile. That's the problem. And Scion, not so great with gap closers. And as we see right now, Poof the Sheep doing a lot of damage. You keep doing that dashing.
Trades going in the favor of Poof the Sheep. I was hoping maybe, do you remember, usually last season that happened in LCS, you'd do the start on Scion where you took a camp and then you would die and then TP back to lane.
I'm actually supposed to... He must have done a camp, I think.
Weeblit is there for the early gank. Flash comes out from Poof the Sheep, and that'll be it. Does burn the flash, so successful early gank there. And after the damage to Poof the Sheep, after the carrying he was doing last game, I think they might want to focus him a little more. Weeblit might want to get some more early ganks on him in this game. But Kelthais now going low. Freakers is there, but gets caught in the gravity field.
Yeah, very good. We're going to have to see. Kelthais does have the advantage. Oh, he's not running. No ignite in mid lane at all. Oh, Freakers going straight back for that gank there. He's looking to catch Kelthais in the mid lane again as he is a little overstepped. Weeblit not there this time.
Goes for the body slam, gets it. Gravity field comes down again, and the flash does come out this time from Kelthais. It would have been probably more beneficial if they could have got him to burn the flash on the first gank. Then you might have felt more comfortable going back in, but still had it up that time. Able to throw down the gravity field and flash out of that gank.
And they're running that, doing a little roundabout gank. Oh, hey, now you see me, now you don't. Oh, look, I'm back.
I'm back. I didn't actually leave.
It's like, they all need you.
I'm still here.
But he not as successful, but we see him going bot lane now. Freakers has been very aggressive in his ganks these last 2 games, and I really like to see that. As a Gragas player, they don't gank as much. He still has good utility, and he does.
But he is there, going in, but not much doing is now. I'm a big tough guy. Is just lobbing arrows at him.
It's very good. He just blew 3 flashes in probably the last 45 seconds. So he's primed himself for more repeat ganks. And as the top lane's going...
But Weeblit's coming to the mid lane now. Bakery Boy does have flash available. The Victor Laser does go down, but doesn't even have to burn flash.
Too fast, man. Too fast. And he does. Bakery Boy, we see, runs the cleanse. See a lot more mid laners actually using cleanse these days. And it is very good against this other team comp. With the stuns, the hooks coming up from their side. Bakery Boy wanting to keep himself alive, as that shockwave is going to be very crucial in team fights to keep people off of Jinx. And you also get the displacement for the Yasuo ult, get that last breath off. But, I mean, if she doesn't land the shockwave, you still got Alistair knock up, the swag keg, the belly bash.
Oh, the names for the combos. I love it.
I'm sorry, it's terrible.
Oh, the knockup does go down on a Hot Tub McGee. Freakers is there. Chugs his barrel, waiting for the right moment. Chompers do come out. I'm a big tough guy. Caught in a bad spot here. Rocket's coming out from Formerly, and she will pick up the first blood as Freakers with the effective gank. That was good good prep for the gank there. Freakers was waiting in the brush, Formerly threw down the Chompers behind the Indecision bot lane, and just able to pick up the kill.
That was very well played. Yeah, very patient by Freakers. Unfortunately, did miss the body slam, but they still pick up the kill, no problem. It's not a big deal, but this will lead to first dragon, which Vicious and Delicious have been very good at, getting it very timely. I mean, last game they also got it very quickly around the same time mark. And once again, building themselves that early gold lead, and they've shown that they can appropriately snowball those leads. I really need Indecision to get a kill here. I think they need to get themselves a kill. You don't want to get shut out 2 games in a row, but they're looking a lot more hopeful this game.
Yeah, that hurts, getting shut out 2 games in a row. And I think it will be interesting, as Indecision's been one of the stronger teams here in the tournament, and as through qualifiers as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back from a game that just went so utterly terrible for them. And see how they can deal with the adversity and see if they can bounce back.
We've actually seen Vicious and Delicious also go through 2 different changes in their AD carry position. I think they had White Sushi Chef for a bit, and they went 1 and 2 the first day and second bracket qualifiers. They switched to Durka, and then they went 3-0, and we saw them switch to Formerly last week. So just a lot of changes in their roster. So maybe they're finally got a roster they're comfortable with. They're finally meshing well, and maybe that's what's pushing their success, because they were definitely that second. When you compare them, like I think we casted their first day, and when you compared their first day to their second day of games, it was a completely different team with just 1 player swap. So maybe just them having more comfortable roster, it's really starting to show off, and they're being that strong team we anticipated them to be.
Yeah, that stability on the roster is important. You get more practice in with the team. You get the synergy down that you maybe didn't have the first week. Really important. Really important.
Very much so. And I'm curious if they'll go gank mid again. I know Freakers did get that successful bot gank because they didn't have flashes, prioritizing that, but he hasn't gone bot yet either. We haven't seen much of Weeblit. He did try and gank Orianna once. He did blow the flash top, but no repeat visit. That flash is going to be up soon. And now that he's level 6, if the Freakers and Poop the Sheep
He's
go
not
in...
level 6 yet. He's still level 5.
No, I meant Freakers.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, no, Poop the Sheep is what I was talking about with that knockup. But as we see bot lane, a lot of trading going on here.
Yeah, Jinx throwing rockets down. The zap comes out, lands on the Hot Dog McGee. No money, maybe looking for the knockup. Volley comes out from I'm a Big Tough Guy. Throwing arrows. The flash knockup from Mo Money knocks him back, and this looks like it will maybe be a kill here for Formally. Now they're going on Hot Dog McGee. Zap does not land. Hot Dog McGee able to get out, and a great flash knock up there from Mo Money, just popping him back into the backline, and Formally said, thanks for that. Have some rockets.
And no flash available for I'm a Big Tough Guy. This is the problem with the Ashe lane. If you don't have the mobility, you're really in a lot of trouble. Alistar has great engage. You have the headbutt pull or the flash pull. And you headbutt him straight back to your AD carry.
Yeah.
Gives it to Jinx. It's basically just a free room service for kills.
Yeah, the Alistar mechanics were on point there for Mo Money. And we see Poop the Sheep now in the top lane. Still just getting damage down onto Similodon, but just as this game go on, the knockup comes out. Can he do it? Does he have enough damage? Very low. Is taking shots from the turret, but Poop the Sheep does get the kill. And the execute from the turret, and the Scion passive was there as well, but able to get the first kill.
I gotta give him props. The flash was a little awkward. He tried to flash the Scion Q, which I think he successfully did, so he didn't get knocked up. But he still flashed into turret range because he needed to get the last auto off. Sure, still killed him. I think that's still pretty even. It's still worth for Scion. He got the kill. He still has his flash and TP available. Can go straight back to lane, keep bullying, catch that big wave. But it's not looking good if Poop the Sheep is getting solo kills right near that turret. He's going to be able to bully Similodon, who's supposedly supposed to be that front line for them.
Yeah, and we do see. Who do you think is the gold more valuable for Yasuo? Maybe getting some of those, some of the items earlier, looking for that big mid-game power spike. Maybe a bit more important for Poop the Sheep on the Yasuo.
I think so, especially if he decides to go the Static Shiv, Triforce Infinity. That is a very expensive build. I mean, Infinity Edge and Trinity Force being, I think, the two most expensive items in the game. Pretty close to the two most expensive items in the game. So having both of those as your second and third item, it's very expensive. He will have Aber's Blade for a bit out of that Static Shiv, but I think he might almost have it completed by now. So it's not going to be getting him that passive gold anymore. Oh, he still does have it. We'll get him a little bit more passive gold. Yeah. But as far as that, I think, yeah, Poop the Sheep definitely needs to get himself money to get that expensive build, but he might just go into Cutlass.
Well, maybe Mo Money can lend him some of the cash from the bottom lane.
I set you up for that. No, I knew it was gonna come at some point, but oh well. But this bot lane here, this is something I think we're seeing that hasn't really been exploited by IDK. Is that we've never seen. Oh, we do see the top turret drop though for Similodon. Similodon and I'm a Big Tough Guy and Hot Dog McGee have really not been contested in laning phase thus far as we've watched them in the tournament. And I think Vision Delicious is really the first team that we see give them a go in the bot lane, give them a go in the top lane. Poof really challenging Similodon, who we've seen basically been able to play whatever and still be successful.
I think that was really the first game we really saw him lose lane on a carry. As you see the exhaust go down on Mo Money, Unbreakable Will comes out for the sustain, and able to live there is the bot lane of Vicious and Delicious.
Still a very close game, even with that one turret going down. They're still down 1,000 gold. Those few extra kills picked up, doing a lot of work. They do have that dragon advantage as well. But with that top down, we're going to see Scion roaming a little bit more. He should be able to set up some ganks in another lane. He has that hard engage, a lot of CC following. Still haven't seen Weeblet ult yet. He's level 7. No. He hasn't really, I'm not sure if he hasn't really had an opportunity as Calthite's pushed the turret, but I really want to see as Jinx and Mo Money have been pushing in that bot lane, it would be a pretty good spot for him to go and try and gank. Even though they do have summoners available, using that ulti to blow flash is definitely worth it.
We do see him there take my boy Gromp, and now could be the time that he thinks about which way will he turn on the river, and he's coming down, although maybe look to ward Dragon. His Dragon is up in about 10 seconds. Maybe gonna look to go to the mid lane now.
Big damage disadvantage for him. A Big Tough Guy only has that pickaxe to the Jinx's Zerker Greaves and her BF sword to Freakers is bot lane, and this is very good. They're going to set themselves up for a gank. If it's successful, easy Baron, or easy Dragon, sorry. But he doesn't really care. I was going to say, I think he got spotted out by the minion, but I don't think he gives a crap. He just walks
straight through the ward.
It was warded, yeah. Maybe they knew that. Trying to pull something out here.
Maybe they're just going to go ahead and take Dragon here. Where Nocturne is nearby. Weeblet is there to contest. should. Is this a good fight for Indecision to take here? Do they maybe don't want to give up the second dragon right away?
If they wait here, they let them take a bit of damage. They do have the man advantage. But oh, sorry, they do not. I did not see Kelthais is there. And they have TP on Poop the Sheep.
Yep.
Maybe not a favorable fight for Indecision. Not sure they want to go for this, but they do stall the dragon. Not letting it go is probably best. They throw actually Similodon in the mid lane, hoping that maybe Kelthais can go against the Yasuo a little better in lane there, as he has a lot.
Interesting, yeah.
He can wave. I don't know. Sion still has pretty good wave clear, and he's pretty mana efficient. But gonna switch back here now. Hopefully, maybe he almost has the frozen heart, so the armor is definitely gonna help against the Yasuo. But Kelthais is going to be able to push into the turret here. We're going to see if they can put some damage. But I really want to see Weeblet gank a lane. I mean, top has no turret. It would be really easy to go up there with the Scion. You use Paranoia. If he blows Flash, you still have the unstoppable onslaught from Scion to chase him down. But we haven't really seen him put pressure. And I feel like with Nocturne being a really good aggressive jungler, I want to see him put some pressure on some lanes here, as we haven't really seen him do much. They are going to go for the dragon. Very smart, as everyone just mentioned.
Yeah, no members. I don't think the members of Vicious and Delicious are going to be there in time. Grogs especially just crossing the mid lane down. This is going to go down for free. And good job by Indecision not letting Vicious and Delicious get that second dragon, because they were there. But Weeblet was able to scare him off.
Oh, they're trying to go in here. Oh, the knockup does come out, but he headbutts him away before the pulverize comes through. Great gravity field there by Kelthais to make sure that they don't chase too hard, keep themselves alive, but they might try and siege this turret as a group of 5.
Yeah, all 5 members are there, and that turret already about a third health. The explosive cast comes in, and Kelthais gets knocked a little too far back. Paranoia is coming in from Weeblet. Chompers go down. Kelthais going down very low. Weeblet now just in the middle of Vicious and Delicious. Down to going all over the place. Unstoppable Onslaught comes out, gets the knockup onto the Freakers. Double kill for Poof the Sheep, and now Indecision in a bad spot here. Similodon forced to flash. Weeblet now next going to go down. The trip for Poof the Sheep. Can he get the quad? No, the shutdown comes out from Similodon before he can get it, but that is an ace. The passive comes out from Similodon, just throwing haymakers, but I don't know how much that's going to do, as the turret does go down.
And this is why I think the Yasuo pick is so great into Ashe. I'm a big tough guy. Alt wind wall.
Yeah.
That Nocturne was in there by himself. He's not going to last long. He does have Cinder Hulk, but the rest of the backline picks up great Orianna ult. And that's where you'll distinguish the ham Yasuo players to the smart Yasuo players. He waits for the opportunity for the right engage. There was a couple knockouts he could have gone in on. He could have went in when Kelthais first got hit by the barrel. He could have went in when Momani went in, got his knockup. He waits for the Orianna ult to grab 2 of the priority targets, then goes in. Gets the instant double kill. Great play there, and great team fight on the side of Vicious and Delicious.
Agreed, yeah, just a very good team fight. Similodon started that. I think when that team fight started, Similodon was kind of back at the base, but he came in with that ult, the big Scion ult coming in, did get the knock-up onto the Freakers, but just wasn't enough. He landed onto 1. If he could have landed that ult onto a few more members, get a good knock-up in the right spot, could have maybe turned the fight around, but just wasn't able. It was too late at that point, as I think Poof the Sheep already had the double kill, I think, at that point.
Yeah, it was a lot of damage I don't think they saw coming from, but here we go. That's what we were talking about. Bakery Boy with that Orianna ult coming up huge in that team fight. And this is where the team is enabling the Yasuo. He doesn't have to, well, my tornado landed, I have to go in if I hit someone. He waits, gets the priority target. Oh, finally someone hit someone up. Yeah, I'm going in. And just great synergy there by Bakery Boy and Poop the Sheep to follow it up. He now has the Athena's Unholy Grail. He looks like he's going to work towards, I want to say, a Zanya's for the amount of AD and dive that they have. It would be a pretty good second item. Michael Rabadon's probably the best burst for Orianna. Gives her a big power spike. So I see some people go Ludens, but not the most optimal on Orianna. As far as the Yasuo build, he is going to go for the Triforce. He's got the Phage, which is huge. Gives him that extra movement speed. Poof the Sheep just dancing around.
Yeah, the Wind Wall does come out there, and he faked a little back there and just dashes in, dashes out, throws out the Tornado. But at this point, level 11 now, Similodon on the Scion, only getting tankier and tankier.
It's going to be very scary. The Jinx has finally finished the Infinity Edge. If you have Avarice Blade ready, as Vicious and Delicious starts looking to get a lot more war jungle in there. Ooh, Hot Dog McGee in a very tough spot here. Does just walk away though.
Just missed the death sentence there.
Trying to get engaged there. It was warded to get picked out, but Similodon has to be careful as you see if Lucas should go in.
Paranoia does come in from Weeblet very quickly, but the double knockup onto Similodon. Getting very low here now. Weeblet forced to flash out. Explosive cast comes up into Freakers, but just ends up knocking Weebly even farther back. But they're going under the tower. Smilodon with the ult to run away. Unbreakable will. Flash knockup from Omani. Headbutts him back into the team, and that is the kill onto Weebly. But also, Kelthice did pick up a kill onto Formerly. That appears in the mid lane, and that mid lane turret will go down.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this might actually be really advantageous for Simplicity. They might be able to pick up 2 turrets here. They pick up the AD carry, and a lot was used on the side of Vicious and Delicious to get that turret and just 1 kill. They trade kill for kill, but that's 2 turrets for Indecision. Very good play for them. Unfortunately, though, we saw Mwani get in there, get that flash, great flash ball onto Weebly.
Second time he saw that with the knockup right back in the team. Second time he's done that exact combo.
Been very clutch with it so far.
But you're right, though, about the 2 Indecision, able to pick up those 2 mid lane turrets. That's pretty big. They're able to, that gold now, it's about just under 5k. They're gonna need to shrink that.
The mid lane, it's pretty even so far, but as far as AD carry and top lane, they are dominating, being over their respective opponents by about 1200 gold on each side. It's not looking the greatest for them. The Triforce has been built. Yasuo at 19 minutes as Static Shiv Trinity Force. That's scary. That's a lot of damage. Once he gets an Infinity Edge, he should have 100% crit, I believe, if he is running the 10% runes.
Yeah, that's going to be scary, but on that last back there for Similodon, picking up the Frozen Heart as well, so he's going to be a bit more tankier. gonna make Poof the Sheep work for it.
Oh, that's very true, very true. But, oh, sorry, he's going to have 100% no matter what. He doesn't need a 10%.
Right.
I apologize. Once you have IE, he will have the 100%, and that's going to be scary. Alistair, going to pick up that Zeke's Harbinger, hopefully. Put it on that Jinx. You're going to have crits flying everywhere, and Yasuo doing enough damage. You have the AoE crits coming out from Formerly. So this third dragon comes up. Very curious. Indecision are going to have to pick their team fight very closely, as Bakery Boy doesn't quite have the Zhonya's, but that ulti is going to do a lot of damage. Very scared. And this is where I was saying the disengage is going to overpower the engage a little bit. That's where I was saying early game. I don't think it'll be overwhelming, but it's shown. You block that Ash Arrow, that's a lot of engage coming back.
Are we playing this? This should be on the new patch as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, what you said about Zeke's Harbinger, I actually think that did receive a bit of a nerf in the last patch. If I could be wrong about that.
To be honest, I don't think I read the patch notes from yesterday.
Disaninator, you didn't do your homework!
I'm sloppy. It's sloppy, I know. I screwed up. I was just mad. It kicked me out of a game when I was playing. Yesterday I was playing some Bane and I got kicked out.
Fair enough. And that is patch 5.18, which actually is the patch that Worlds will be played on, so you should take a look at that.
I'm going to have to, but it was easy. Vicious and Delicious picking up a free Drake, probably in the best interest of Indecision. I don't think they could have won that 5v5. It's a very scary spot. A lot of level 2 ultis coming out from the side of Vicious and Delicious. They also have it as well, the Ash Arrow. I guess it doesn't really matter to have that second upgrade, but it looks like they're looking for a pick in Vicious and Delicious' own jungle as they try and rotate it top after they force them to come mid, thinking they might try and push that inhibitor turret, but to no avail. There's no one there, but they're still looking hard. They might just start Baron, or they're just going to shove down mid. Yeah, there's very good rotation by them. Going to force them, try and base race them, but with the attack speed the Yasuo has and the Jinx, I don't think that's a base race that they're going to win easily.
No, I do love me a good base race. I wish we had the option to do, you know, in LCS they do that when there's a base race. They do the split screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Nothing gets me more hyped up than when I see that. The Ash Arrow did land there onto Money, and Breakable Will is popped, but the turret did go down. Double knockup from Money. The wind wall from Yasuo comes out as well. I'm a big tough guy, throwing out volleys, but they're able to just take the turret and walk away. TP
was used there by Sumilodon to try and save the turret, and in the end, Vicious and Delicious picks up pretty much a free turret. They didn't have to blow anything. The Alistar ulti is down, but it's got a fairly short cooldown, so he'll be back up. Not really sure. A little sloppy there by Indecision. Not exactly being back there really quick.
Yeah, they really got out-rotated there. They kind of went to top lane, see if anyone was there to get a pick, but then Vicious and Delicious just said, we're going to go mid lane.
Yeah, they tried to hide in a bush and be like, yeah, come up to the top lane, and they did not fall for it. They're like, all right, you guys sit up there. We're just going to come and smack your turret. They made Similodon use his TP for that, which is going to be a huge advantage, as Poops the Sheep has shown he can go toe-to-toe with Similodon, but he has the TP advantage now. So if they want to try and fight 4v4, Poops the Sheep's going to have the advantage to come help, but they do pick up that first tier bot turret.
That is important. We see Yasuo going back now. Indecision here in the bot lane, looking to push, but Vicious and Delicious members are coming out from the base to contest the Yori on a ball, putting some damage down. Victor Laser comes out.
They should be able to play this turret. Never mind, their team gets there fast enough. I was going to say they might be able to, as the team's not quite there, but have to be careful. They might look for an engage here. They are kind of chasing down the Talisman of Ascension not available currently, still on cooldown, but the Moby Boots Alistair still kind of looking. They're hunting them down. They want some blood.
Yeah, those big boys in the front line, Tafrika's on the Gragas and Mo Money on the Alistar. That's a lot of meat running at you.
Steak flank coming in by Mo Money, but
oh, I love me a good flank steak, I'll tell you that. It's a good cut of meat, but the Death Sentence does land onto Mo Money, but not much going to happen as the Orianna Ball comes out there as well. Thresh Lantern available, no one's going to take it.
This is the very scary part about the Thresh into the Orianna. The Asher just missing his Paranoia does get popped.
Death Sentence lands on the Freakers. Will they look for the engage? Volley comes out from Ash.
That's not good at all.
No, the wasted, yeah.
2 ultis down, their main engage, and now they can't do anything.
Yeah, that's really their, probably, other than an Ash Arrow, really their best choice for engage. But Mo Money going in for the triple knockup. Poof the Sheep, there's well, putting damage down, and Weedlet goes down with formally pick up kill. Hot Dog McGee might be next. Smilodon goes down. That's the front line. The passive isn't going to be able to do a lot there. Hot Dog McGee barely surviving. Not a lot of health. Throws the lantern out. This looks like it will be there, but Poof the Sheep going ham onto Kel'Thuz's, and he gets absolutely melted as the crits are flying now for I'm a Big Tough Guy. Or no, not for I'm a Big Tough Guy, for Formally. Man.
I'm a Big Tough Guy. Not looking so tough right now compared to this Jinx. Doesn't have that big item advantage. But that was very well done by Vicious and Delicious.
Yeah.
There's 2 ultis down on the side. The main target, or main way of engaging.
Yeah.
You can dive that easily. Of course, Sion has his ulti is going to be able to knock it up. But the rest of the team follows in. They have so much damage on that side, and Orianna does go with the the Zanya's early on, gonna try and save herself from Nocturne, but not much use for it if the Nocturne doesn't even have ulti to get to that backline. Another great controlled game so far by Vicious and Delicious.
Yeah, and just kind of Indecision again. Really not their best game we've seen. Weeblet just whiffing on the ult there, which was.
Well,
huge.
I'm a Big Tough Guy. Tried to get the arrow, and he shot it at a very weird angle and ended up going through the bottom of the map, and he popped Paranoia, trusting his AD carry to land that arrow. Unfortunately, just missing. I think they should have just given up the tower at that point. You don't have the ultis to fight. You have Orianna, Gragas, Yasuo. They have so much engage, as well as Alistar decides to tank the turret with his ulti. It's not going to take a ton of damage.
Yeah, Mo Money's actually been huge this game with the great engages. Even in there, he went under the turret. I think maybe got a 3-man knockup, and just a lot of times we've seen this game. We saw it in the bot lane, we saw him do it in the top lane, and now maybe we'll see him do it onto Weeblet. Weeblet does flash out, as maybe Vicious and Delicious will look to Baron here, maybe not. Weeblet is there and does have Smite available.
Mo Money doesn't go for the headbutt pulve, he just headbutts him into the wall, which momentarily does kind of stun you. Then went for the knockup, and Weeblet just flashing out.
Yeah.
It'd make it a little harder if he wants to try and go in and steal that Baron. Then it looks like Vicious and Delicious are hovering. But they have all the cards in their hand right now. They have most of their waves pushing. I think bot's going to start pushing for Indecision, unfortunately. But they could honestly just send Poof down there. He has TP available. Come straight back up for his team. But they're just going to keep sieging these outer tier 2 turrets. Probably just pick themselves up as much gold as they can.
Yeah, well, when you got the lead that they do, you might as well the gold lead now at about 8k. They're up 9 kills. Actually only up by 1 tower, so Indecision has been good there with their objectives. With Paranoia now, and the ult from Smilodon, the knockups coming out. Weeblet going in the middle of the team, but he will go down with Formally picking up the kill. Death Sentence lands from Hot Dog McGee onto Poof the Sheep, and that's huge as Kel'Thuz picks up the kill, and now Vicious and Delicious gonna run away as they're all very low here.
Very weird fight, and it only went 1 for 1. That was a good engage, though, by Indecision. Finally getting their ult synced up. Sion goes in with the Unstoppable Onslaught, followed by the Nocturne Paranoia. Goes straight onto the targets. Great flash play by Hot Dog McGee, getting 4 people in there and boxing them in. Unfortunately, Indecision not going to be able to do Baron, as Weeblet is dead. Don't want to risk trying to take an objective without Smite. Dragon is also available, though, and it looks like Kel'Thuz and I'm a Big Tough Guy might go down there and try and take it. As
it is being pinged.
And yeah, so I don't know. There's not a lot of things going the way for Vicious and Delicious there. Bakery Boy only catching Weeblet with the Shockwave. Yeah. Maybe a little off to the side, but from the ult he's had, one bad ult, not much of a big deal, but I'm a Big Tough Guy. I'm going to try and shed it all.
Mo Money going for this. Oh, but they just want the kills. Mo Money knocks Kel'Thuz back now, and Weeblet caught in a bad spot here. A lot of damage is going to now Mo Money and Bakery Boy getting very low. Flash comes out from Mo Money. Formally gets the kill onto Victor. Throwing rockets at Smilodon, but he's very tanky right now. as we see to Freakers now. The Lantern does save I'm a Big Tough Guy. Now Sumilodon will be caught in a bad spot here. There's tons of Jinx rockets coming out. Poof the Sheep there as well. Does dash forward and will pick up the kill onto Sumilodon.
That was a dirty crit onto Kelthais with the static shave. I don't think he was expecting the burst, but Weeblet flashing in. He does secure the dragon. They do, however, lose 2 people. I'm not sure if it's worth it at this point, as that's going to be a very
dragon.
It's a very easy Baron for that team, too, if they decide to go for it. But they're just going to back off. A lot of summoners, but that was very unfortunate. It actually looked very favorable for Indecision until that first kill was picked up. That crit caught Kelthais off guard there. Not able to continue. But yeah, I actually thought they were going to win that fight. It looked like it was very good for them. Mo Money having to flash out. He was very low. Not a lot of ultis available, but this game is looking very scary. Almost another 10,000 gold lead for Vicious and Delicious. They're going to have to start going for picks with that Ash Nocturne ult. I don't think the 5v5 is very favorable for them. But the sad part is, I think the Sheep is almost too far ahead for Sumilodon to even try and split push 1v1 versus him. As neither of them do have TP, they both use it to get there. It's going to be very interesting to see where this next fight breaks out.
Yeah, like you were saying, it's about just under 10k gold lead, 15 to 4 in kills, 5 to 4 in turrets, all tied up in dragons. So not as bad as last game where Indecision, they had 1 turret at the end of the game. So closer in that regard for sure, but still does not look good for Indecision.
No, it is looking very bleak for them so far. They have to be super careful with. They do have an opportunity to pull themselves back in though. They have the 2 outer turrets still to grab. That's 2-3k gold to be able to pull themselves up a little bit. But right now, as terms of control of the map, it's all Vicious and Delicious. Really, the ball is in their court. When they want to make a play, they can. They have lots of ways to disengage from all the engage on the side of Indecision. So unless they find themselves a really juicy pick and are able to just burst someone down right away, it has to be Bakery Boy or Poof. I guess it could be Formula, but they need to burst one of those damage sources before they can really do anything. And I think Bakery Boy has to be their prime target. The guy's going to be able to peel. He's got that clutch shockwave. It's going to be able to enable Poof the Sheep to put down a lot of damage. Very careful. I'm very curious to see where this next fight looks. As looks like the Freaker is going to look for that explosive tag.
Hiding behind Gromp there, we see. But yeah, you're right. And Bakery Boy as well. Don't underrate the damage on that Orianna. The damage coming out from that ball on Orianna is nothing to. It does a lot. That's what I was trying to say here.
It's so much utility in that kit. You can use it to disengage. You can use it to pull people in. And you got it to enable the Yasuo now. So I think that Bakery Boy is really the primary target they need to be focusing. And the important thing is when they go for the picks, they need to make sure Yasuo is not there. He's pretty much windwalled a lot of I'm a Big Tough Guy's arrows damage. So for them to make these picks effective, they have to do it while Poof is not paying attention or not around.
Yeah, and it's gonna need to be Kelthais really on the Victor. I think that's gonna probably need to do most of the damage, get a laser down, throw some other stuff out, because really that's gonna be as we get into the later game for Indecision, that's probably gonna be their best bet is having Kelthais doing most of the damage.
Yeah, and the Vicious and Delicious doing a great job of choking out all the vision around this turret, so they can't really live for engage.
Paranoia coming in from Weeblet goes right onto Formerly, but gets chunked out very quickly. Formerly picks a kill, but the Astro did come out there. Bakery Boy popped his Zonia's there. Mo Money very low. Death Sentence does land onto Formerly. You see Poof the Sheep hanging out, flashes in. He is under turret there and will go down, but Bakery Boy did take out I'm a Big Tough Guy. Kelthais goes down next. Sumilodon very tanky, but I don't know how much he's going to do here as he is the only member of his team left. Very low. Does not go down. The turret does, however.
I thought it looked good at first.
Yeah.
When the Scion ulti went in, they had really great lockdown there. There was a lot of damage going out. But the Orianna ult catches out both I'm a Big Tough Guy and Kelthais. Unfortunately, the explosive cast, I think, knocked I'm a Big Tough Guy out of range for the last breath. He did catch Kelthais, able to take down I'm a Big Tough Guy, even though he flashed under the turret for that kill. And then Formerly just not going down at all. And it's unfortunate. I don't know if I think the Paranoia should be used second, because he's going in and he's taking so much damage before his team's even able to initiate that he's just dying, and they're losing a man very early on.
Yeah, their team was Indecision was very far back when Weeblet went in there. He went in onto Formerly on the Jinx, got some damage down. But then once the ult's over, you're just sitting there in the middle of the enemy team, waiting for your team to get there. But like you said, he was pretty much dead by the time the rest of his team showed up.
It's just really, really, really unfortunate. I don't know what they can do. It's very hard for them. At this point, they're really far behind. Until they're just so far behind, they can't really find the right engages. They have so much disengage on the side of Vicious and Delicious, and these damage that they're ahead. Yasuo finally hit that 3-item spike. He doesn't have any lifesteal, but he's still doing a ton of damage in these fights. Gragas hasn't died yet. He's being a big force in the front line. Yeah. Him and Mo Money just taking a lot of damage. There's only 2 people who have died so far. Majority of being Poop the Sheep, and I would attribute that to being 2 ham.
Yeah, just 2 ham on the Astros, as well as you see Former's going to be a lot of damage. He's got the Infinity Edge, Static Shiv, Last Whisper, Bakery Boys, completed Rabadon's Death Cap. It's going to be too much for Indecision to deal with.
Yeah, this is just dire. I honestly don't think they can come back from this. They have Sion in the top lane. It's just it was just very well played. I think there were a couple team fights that were just that early 5-man dive where they tried to initiate on the bottom turret really gave a lot of control to Vicious and Delicious.
When we whipped on the ult?
Yeah. Well, no, even earlier than that. Oh. Really early when they got that dragon.
Right.
And then they went bot lane and picked up the ace them, I believe. It was just they blocked the Ash arrow.
Speaking of Weeblet whiffing on the ult,
he just and that's the thing. I don't think he could have engaged there, and they look for the re-engage here.
They do want to go in, but Mo Money actually pretty low here, but picks up the kill onto Kel'Thais, and as pretty much main damage source for Indecision. That's not good. Flash comes up from I'm Big Tough Guy. No damage going on the inhibitor. They're going in for the kill. Smilodon getting low here. The ult comes out, gets the knockup onto Formerly, but it's only a matter of time as the passive comes out and Smilodon is dead. The inhibitor is still up, but Indecision does back off, and this won't be it. Just kidding.
Kel'Thais really far out front. I'm not sure why he was up so far. Gragas only had a body slam to catch him out there for the knockup, but that's another inhibitor dead, and Dragon's not up, thankfully. The 5th Dragon's not really a concern, but they're really far ahead, and their team comp is so strong. It's really... I don't know. They can't engage. The Nocturne is used his ult 2 or 3 times and not followed in. Yeah. And honestly, it probably saved his life from not following in. But they have to get picks, but they're roaming around as 5. They're clearing out vision. They're warding like crazy. Vicious and Delicious has played phenomenal today, and this actually just makes me really excited to see them play Thunderducks, because honestly, the way that Vicious and Delicious is playing right now, they're very decisive in what they want to do. Their team fighting has been excellent, and it's just very well played. It's a very different team than we saw last week. That is for dang sure.
Agreed. And yeah, give him another week. Give him another week of practice here with Formerly. Get him a bit more comfortable with the team, as again, he only started last week. So give him another week of practice, and they should come back next week even better, especially with the huge confidence boost that they're going to get from this series, really decisively winning 2 games over Indecision, which is certainly one of the stronger teams, I think, in our league.
It definitely looked that way, especially coming out of qualifiers. They were one of the only undefeated teams.
Oh, there's the paranoia from Leland, but that's it. It melted down in the middle of the team. The rest of the team? Darshan?
Darshan?
Where are you guys?
Oh,
Poof the Sheep going in. Ham gets the dub. And he gets the trip. Smilodon, pretty tanky, but Poof the Sheep wants it and does pick it up. Is the quad available?
That was so nice. What a great Gragas ult, catching the back line and Poof the Sheep in range to get the last breath. And that is definitely game.
This will be game here. The death timers, all 5 members are down. They're on to the first Nexus turret. They're on to the second. They're on to the Nexus. The game is over.
That was a phenomenal game by Vicious and Delicious. Indecision looked a little indecisive. Or Indecision looking indecisive. And I mean, it's a joke, of course, but I'm serious. Like, they were so strong and confident going into most of their games, and today they did not look like they knew what to do. They would try and find really awkward fights, not really finding them successful. But Vicious and Delicious doing so well here. I don't know. It was just insane. Bakery Boy played very well. He kept his team alive. 0-0-24 by Mo Money. 3-0-20 on that Orianna. 2-0-19 on Gragas. They fed their carries.
Yeah.
perfectly. And I would gotta say, Formerly really impressed me this week with his play on Mordekaiser and Jinx.
Yeah, as well. Great kill participation for a lot of the members as well, and just proving after the first game that it wasn't just the Mord pick that got them the win in the second game. In the first game, I mean, they came out with a more standard team comp. I think Indecision with a better team comp as well, but that didn't matter. It was a little longer than the first game, but still a very decisive victory for Vicious and Delicious.
Very controlled, very well thought out, played to their win conditions. Vicious and Delicious looking very strong coming out of this week.
I must say, I'm impressed. So, remember this weekend, guys, this is our last night of casting, so don't forget, we will be at the Saskatoon Comic and Entertainment Expo this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We'll be there. We're going to have some swag. We'll have a King of the Hill going on. Dezaninator, I know he wants to get in on that King of the Hill.
With all these guys hovering Draven, I mean, feel free to 1v1 me there. If you guys are looking to get trashed, you guys want to taunt me, bring it. This is me trash talking all of you.
There it is. The gauntlet has been thrown. We'll also have a draw for a great Rockat Rios MK Glow keyboard. You can meet the casters. I'll be there. Dezaninator will be there. You can meet the rest of the guys. Silky, Pawnox, Crafty, Zaramali. You can meet the guys behind the scenes. You can meet Skillos, Cadence, Zoom. It's going to be a great time. Come check it out. Come say hi. We'd love to meet you guys. So please come see us there. Also remember to hit us up on social media. You can check out our Facebook page, SK League. Just search that. Twitter at SK_League. Talk to our Twitter master, Crafty Buckeye. We have a Reddit page. I know I like going on Reddit. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. We have our own subreddit, just r/SK League. Check out our website. We have a great website. The website design, logos, overlays, and stuff were all designed by Wide Mouth Media. So check out the great website that they made for us. From there, you could also hit up our Patreon, where you can donate money to us. Anything you can donate would be appreciated. Anything you would donate would go straight back in to this great organization. So don't forget about that as well.
We need to have ARAM tournaments, people. We need RP. Just kidding.
No, don't listen to that. That's not true. As well, big thank you to our sponsors. As I said, Widemouth Media company based out of Swift Current. They do all the overlays, logos. If you want them to do a wedding for you, they'll do videos at the wedding, grads, really anything like that. Look them up. They do some really cool stuff. A lot of really talented people over there helping us out. As well, a big thank you to HyperX Gaming and the Matrix Gaming Center in Regina. I've been there a few times. It's pretty awesome. The biggest LAN center in Saskatchewan, and it will also be where we're hosting our semifinals and finals live in November, and I'm excited for that.
Wow, that was a mouthful. Good job. I'm ready. You just nailed that.
Thank you, Dezaninator. Well, thank you all for tuning in tonight. We have been Blake, Dezaninator, Xanadine.
Hey, what's going on, guys? And I better see all of you at Expo. I'm really excited, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, come show up. As well, big thank you to our cameraman, stream runner, does stuff on the website, does really so much work, but as always behind the scenes, our man Max, Skillos, Gary's. Anything you want to say, buddy? No, he just gave a wave. You couldn't see it, but that's okay. And I have been Kevin Big Booty Bodie. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Like Blake said, hopefully we'll see you at Expo, and we'll see you next week.
Buds.